I still haven't broken the $4,000 budget limit on this van. You can't see through them from the outside. They just look blacked out, and that's because I PlastiDip them on the inside. It actually stays cooler in the summer because I have this vent and there's air moving around up there.
This vent is huge.
Which is like a drawer, another bin thing that just rests on some 2x2.
Hi everyone, I'm Autumn, roving reporter here at CheapRVLiving, and today I am with Bunny. Hi Bunny.
How are you?
And Bunny has been on the channel before. You've been a van lifer for how many years?
I'm going on 12 years now. Yeah. It's been a long, difficult, awesome, amazing journey. Yep.
I love that. Difficult and amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. And today we have the opportunity to tour a new rig from the last interview.
Yeah. Well, you know, the dream rig is a Transit, right? A Ford Transit, but it ended up being the same rig as my last van was, only a newer version, less miles, and a higher top, and a little bit longer. So
the high top, gosh, I imagine that has just been kind of a game changer.
Oh, I wasn't able to stand up in my last van. It's been the ultimate blessing. So yes.
So it sounds like there's much more just like comfort and livability.
Absolutely.
How has that been building it out on the road?
Well, it's been challenging. When I first got her, she started leaking after a rainstorm, and it was coming in waterfalls, and I thought my whole life was over. It was a very dark place for me. I was not happy. I was cursing the skies. You know, I was very, very upset. I had been lied to by the person I purchased it from.
Yeah.
I was in a very dark place, and through it all, like, I persevered. I knew that I didn't really have a choice either. And some people will sit there and say, "Oh, you're so strong. You're so brave. You did all this, and you know, more power to you. You're so amazing." And it was like, am I, or did I really just not have a choice? And I think that you don't know how strong or capable you are until you're put in that situation. And most people will end up getting through the situation just fine. The universe kind of puts you in places where you're going to find the right help, or you're going to learn the right help, or you're going to be able to figure it out. But don't lose faith. It can be very trying. It can be very testing. This was a huge learning lesson for me, to just take it one day at a time. If you can't build it out in 1 week like I did my last van, it's going to be okay. This is my unnamed yet, so everyone help me come up with a name, 2007 Ford E350, and she used to be a handicapped school bus, and this is why she has these two very different doors than most people have seen on a van, and this bus door, because she used to have a lift there. Let's go check her out.
Awesome.
And you can see that there's still wood in here because the build process over in this section of the van isn't really finished. We have plans for like cabinets up here and some shelving over this seat. This actually is contact paper that was just peel and stick. And then we got the live edge wood over here at a place called Woodcraft in Phoenix. I still haven't broken the $4,000 budget limit on this van. And I was able to get these planks. They were on a clearance rack. And I knew that they weren't going to cover the whole thing, so we just modified a little bit by putting a little plank behind it and another 2x3 behind it.
Oh, perfect.
And it blends right in. We stained it and polyurethaned it, and it looks great.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
All of these things that you see on the counter, they stay there when I drive, and I'm telling you, it's all due to alien tape.
Oh, wow. I've not even heard of alien tape.
So it's this like clear kind of like gel tape. You can't even tell that it's there, but that's a little end of it right there. And I trust it with my life at this point. It holds like crystals on the shelf. This doesn't even move.
Wow.
And it really does give me a sense of like, okay, I don't have to worry about things when I'm driving off in a hurry. Everything's secured down. And then these two burners are just gas burners. They're like the propane 1 pound Coleman burners that you get at Walmart for like $20 each.
Oh, yeah.
And I just didn't put the green propane under it, and I hooked them up. You can kind of see under here to a bigger propane tank that's down there.
Oh, nice. Is that like a 5-gallon?
It's a 20 pound.
A 20 pound.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then I do have the 1 pound for the Mr. Buddy heater.
How does the Buddy work heating this space?
I love it. It's great. A lot of insulation on these windows. You'll notice that you can't really tell. You can't see through them from the outside. They just look blacked out, and that's because I PlastiDip them on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
So it just looked like really dark tin. If you look behind here, there's There's polyisofoam and then metal tape, and then there's also a layer of thinsulate back there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So this is really well insulated.
Insulated, yeah. The only thing that's not is the roof. But what I found is it actually stays cooler in the summer because I have this vent and there's air moving around up there.
This vent is huge. This is one of the largest I've seen in a van.
You can open it the whole way up too. You just turn a knob and the whole thing opens. So
wow.
Maybe I'll get up there someday. I don't know. But this is the fridge. And this, again, I built this out of cedar planks and trim wood, but I stuck it on there with alien tape, and you can tell, like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's secure.
It's just a dorm fridge. It runs off like 1 amp, and then the freezer part is up here, and I just like to hide it by the wood.
Blends right in.
Blends right in, yep.
It's beautiful.
This is storage under here. I made this a lift-up thing, so I keep, like, my shower bag and some other stuff down there, just storage. I'm using my pillows as like clothing storage.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so it double duty. I have tons of pillows up here. There's like underwear and socks and then sweatshirts in this one. So it's kind of decor, but it's also something where I know where all my parts of my clothing are. All of these poles on here, they're actually driftwood from the Pacific Ocean, like Oregon and California, and I've been holding on to them for years. And I knew someday I would be using them in whether it was a tiny homestead or something like that, but I'm so glad that I was able to utilize them in this build because they just look so pretty. So lots of storage, all kinds of storage in here. Some of this is like curtains because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet as far as plumbing because I haven't made a faucet and like running water yet, but the water is stored under here. And it's just a little hand pump 5-gallon water thing right now. And I have a couple of those. Will be the sink. This is something I picked up at Goodwill. And then I'll put a little faucet back there and figure it all out. There's more food storage down here, and just over here is like a vanity kind of thing with like vitamins and, you know, toiletries and stuff. There are like secret compartments that I built in while I was building that were just the most fun.
Nice.
There's all these little like hinge things that you would never expect.
Yeah.
And well, I guess I'll share this one. There's a little secret compartment down there over the wheel well.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just reach in and grab it, but like no one would think it's there. It's pretty neat to have these little hidden spots. This is just a door that opens up to some drawers, but they're just these bins that you get at Walmart until I can put something more durable there. It just rests on a couple of like furring strips, and it just rests on the lip of those. Wow. The bed actually came with the van. And it was a queen size memory foam mattress with a memory topper. But underneath this platform, there's rows of wood and gaps in between.
Nice.
So that we made sure it would breathe. My little book nook is just like my favorite little place to sit down and just either be on my phone or do some work on the computer or eat even, sip some coffee in the morning. And I have my crystals lined up. And the book nook is actually set in a little bit from the counter space. And that's so none of them can fall. So the I'm a total wreck right now. It's just stuffed to the max. I'll even take stuff out and show you. Then over here I have like this built-in tool shed that used to be one of those 3-drawer things. And I just use the plastic frame that always comes apart and never works again as like the template. And so then these just fit right inside of that frame.
Perfect.
Oops. And then I have my solar set up. So this is actually an AGM battery. I have 2 lithium ions that are going to be delivered hopefully by tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha.
And then that will be hooked up to all of this. This is the charge controller, and this is like some emergency shut-off switches in case I want to add or disconnect solar or if anything dangerous happens. And a 2,000-watt inverter. My friend Tim from mynomaddirectory.com is actually the one who did most of this wire. He did all of that wiring. He really did. It took him like 2 days, and he wouldn't take any money from me. He's quite a special dude.
Oh, that's so generous.
Yeah, mynomaddirectory.com. So up on the roof is the 410 watts of solar on that one panel. There's also this, which is like a drawer, another bin thing that just rests on some 2x2s.
Buddy, I'd be curious to hear. You're about 12 years into van life.
Yeah. And
what tips do you have for folks out there who want to hit the road but just haven't taken that leap yet?
Try it for a weekend. Go in your car. And I promise you there is an answer for every issue that you come up against. Every single one. There are so many of us. There's over 3 million of us doing this now. Not just van life, but nomadic life in general. Don't feel like you're going into it alone. Even if you are going into it alone, there is a whole community online. I hope you find that space and come find me.
Awesome. And speaking of finding you, you have a YouTube channel.
I do. It's Bunny and Beyond on YouTube. I'm on TikTok as Bunny and Beyond or Budget Van Life with Bunny. I'm also on Instagram as Bunny and Beyond Official, and I also have a Patreon account where you can find me at Bunny and Beyond as well.
Awesome. So check that out, folks.
And thanks for watching, folks. Be sure to like this video, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.